Hey kids, do you like Chinpokomon?
Yeah!
Well then you're gonna go wild for Wild Wacky Action Bike! Wild Wacky Action Bike! Fun to ride! Wild Wacky Action Bike is almost impossible to steer and to close in the dark. Gonna try to ride all day long, but I'm gonna fail 'cause it's Wild Wacky Action Bike! You can't ride it, Wild Wacky Action Bike! Wild Wacky Action Bike comes with everything you see here.
Gay. Yeah, dude, that looks totally gay.
Oh. Okay, here's the next one.
Hey, this is Ash Ketchum, and you're listening to Silph Radio.
Silph Radio number 1. I'm Nathan K, and today we've got quite an interesting, fun topic to look at. This is the podcast where we discuss Pokemon-centered matters in a ridiculous but serious manner. Fashion, that's the word I'll use. Fashion. This is in no way endorsed, sponsored, or associated with Nintendo, Game Freak, Creatures Inc., Comedy Central, or anybody else. Who made the fucking South Park game?
Ubisoft.
Yeah, nailed it.
This is not intended for children. It's intended for mature audiences, no matter what age they are. And I claim no personal responsibility for any ideas we put in your after listening to this. I've had it. I'm done. I do this intro too much. I'm tired of it. Welcome to a podcast together, the three of us. So let's go around let's play that game around the world. I'm Nathan K, the host of Silph Radio.
Around the world, around the world. I'm Craig Lewis. I'm Craig Lewis. I'm Craig Lewis.
Sorry.
What do you do, Craig? Tell us something about yourself. You've played the game. You know how it works.
Oh, okay. I've played this game before. Well, I am half the owner of Fairpoint Podcast and Secret Room Multimedia. But, I digress.
He's very special.
You weren't digressing. That was pretty much exactly what you were.
He asked you for a point about yourself, and you nailed it. You nailed it, Craig.
That's a very concise answer.
And I'm Justin Addison. I am a friend of the podcast that occasionally shows up, spouts some random nonsense, and then goes off on his merry way.
And ducks out.
Thank you for bringing the IPAs.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
So this is going to be a little bit of a different episode of Silph Radio, if you couldn't tell. We're talking about Chinpokomon today.
Chinpokomon!
It was a parody of Pokemon on South Park, a satire. I tried to say satire in South Park.
Satire
It means
Park.
penis monster, right?
Small penis monster.
Oh, small penis is Chimpo?
Chinpoko.
Chimpoko.
Chinpoko.
Small penis.
So we might be a little all over the place, but Justin, because I don't know when the next time we'll have to talk about this, it just reminded me because you've mentioned your occasional appearances on Silph Radio before. The other day, I sort of had an elaboration on a building Silph theory.
Mm-hmm.
We did a big analyzation of Giovanni in our Team Rocket episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I know he's one of your favorite characters, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, because he's one of the few very established characters.
It was an excellent listen, by the way, gentlemen. I'd like to
that's so nice
put
of
that
you
out
to
there.
say.
Thank you. It was a long time ago.
I'll pat myself on the back for it still.
And I had theorized that Giovanni's not just in it for the crime, and that's sort of a smoke screen he puts up to hide his true intentions, which is obviously to catch Mewtwo. And why he's going to catch Mewtwo, we didn't know, but I sort of ended with saying I feel like he has a greater purpose than just money and crime, just because of all the things pointing towards like purpose and God and fate and everything that have to do with him.
No, it's for power.
And yeah, power for sure. But I ended being like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something there that's more than just...
Like almost like it comes from a prophecy aspect. Like it was something meant to be.
That's still the same page I'm on, but I just was thinking more about it the other day and was thinking about how, not necessarily a prophecy, but that type of wheelhouse, but like how Giovanni, he leaves and disappears at the end. And I feel like that's because Red caught Mewtwo, and that's why he left. Like everyone analyzes why he left. I think he's like, oh, word, well, that's what Team Rocket was about. I was trying to catch Mewtwo. That's.
I'm shaking my head. Yeah, no, I disagree. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, for my perspective of it, like we both agree that he was trying to catch Mewtwo, right? And there's all those.
Sure, but Mewtwo was a means to the end, not the end.
Yeah, I get that. Right. So,
here we go. Let's do this.
So much of the things that happen from Team Rocket in the story is dedicated to him trying to get Mewtwo. And. Well, it is like the Silph scope, the Master Ball. Like you add it all together, and it's like, okay, he was trying to get Mewtwo.
Sure.
And so I guess we're disagreeing that we're both saying the other one's putting the horse before the cart, or putting the cart before the horse. But like that, Giovanni was doing that to further Team Rocket, whereas I'm saying he was doing Team Rocket to further his goals to get Mewtwo.
Team Rocket to further his personal goals, Mewtwo as a means to further those goals as well.
As in, like, just an extra tool to achieve ultimate power?
Yeah. Which is essentially what he wanted.
And yeah, I'm with you on that. Power, for sure. I'm just still... to me, I'm not clearly defining that was his end goal. But I'm not saying it wasn't, though. There's still so much mystery it's steeped in. But I don't know. I feel like that, to me, that would make sense as to why did he leave, then, at the end of the games?
Well, he was defeated. Sometimes that shit happens.
He's got his ass kicked by a 10-year-old and was like, all right, I'm out.
I better dip out for a little bit. Like,
gotta reflect
pull
on
my
life.
shit together. He's got a son. There's like stuff to be dealt with. Like,
oh my God.
Oh?
What if Giovanni's plan all along was for Red to catch Mewtwo?
He's just making sure it happened, and then he's like...
making him strong enough so that he could, and then, like, once he has him, then what?
That's why he set up, like, Red couldn't... I'm thirsty, you can't come through here. He set all that up. What do you mean you're thirsty, bro?
Right.
They pay you that little... Like, maybe he set everything up, and that's why the gym was closed. Because, no, it's not time to fight me yet,
right.
Red. I will see you at the end of this journey I'm orchestrating.
He's holding it out. He's like, he's orchestrated this whole thing. But then to what end? What's he
Your
going to take
purpose
it
is
from
to catch Mewtwo. Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe because, well, I also theorize that maybe his purposes were benign in a way and he was doing some shady, fucked up shit, but actually had a good thing at heart. And Pokemon, that does seem to be a story between the dynamics of like power and science.
It's 100% what it is every time. Like every game, every antagonist is like out for some form of power based on some, awkward niche. At Team Rocket, it's just like kind of a blanket concept, but then you get to Team Magma and Team Aqua, and they have their like defined.
But it seems like they think they're doing something for the benefit of mankind and Pokemon.
Oh, sure, I guess that's fair.
Whereas Giovanni was more of just like a mafia boss.
Yeah, no, that's totally true. There is a significant difference where like they do kind of feel like Team Aqua, Team Magma. There's like that sort of divine angle to it.
And what was the one? I think it was Black and White, where they were trying to just like
liberate
Pokemon by murdering them or some shit. I don't know. They're like PETA.
Giovanni is molding Red to catch Mewtwo for him because he doesn't want the power structure to change in the Pokemon world because he's got his fingers in this power, right? So he doesn't want the power structure to change in Kanto. So when you get appointed the league champion, you can change shit. and you can change shit, which changes you're not like a government official, but if you are one of the lead officials in Pokemon battling, that is going to have a huge impact on society and culture. And Red changed up the Elite Four because he got rid of the people that he didn't like Agatha and Lorelei. And Red, like, think of all the characters. There's so many characters that are either defined, they got their power through power or through science. Okay. Like, so many characters are defined by, like, science or power in Pokemon. And, like, maybe Red was like, Red changed his mind throughout the course of his journey. Giovanni wanted him to sort of, like, he wanted to mold the person who was going to catch Mewtwo because he knew about Mewtwo and he knew someone was going to catch him. And I don't know, maybe it wasn't going to be him. I don't know.
Changed his mind from what? From
Red? Well, that didn't change his mind. I said the wrong thing.
But kind of got him on the...
Giovanni wanted to mold him into a bad guy. And it didn't happen. And maybe Giovanni changed his mind at the end. It was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm going to let Red do what he's going to do.
No, I think...
No, I don't like it either.
I don't like it. I think it's adding layers to an onion that's already got enough.
But I don't know. I like some of what I offered.
Deep state motherfucker.
I get that. I totally... And I like the ways it makes you think, like the directions it causes you to go. But I don't see it as being much deeper than, like, Giovanni wanted power, used Team Rocket. Obviously, Mewtwo's a solid meal ticket. Boom, bam, pow. But I think
Giovanni just wanted to mega evolve.
Yeah.
In a different universe.
Game theory. Giovanni's a Pokemon. He's an Ultra Beast.
What happens in the... Excuse me, pardon me. We don't know what happens next, right? We've already got the Ultra Beasts or whatever. So, like, then... I don't know what happens. Our trainer's like, let's mega evolve.
I'll tell you what the next step is.
Nintendo Switch.
Pokemon Switch. Pokemon.
Pretty goddamn thrilled about that.
I need a Switch.
Chinpokomon.
Yeah. Look at that. Like, I hosted this show brilliantly there. I was like, I'm going to take the reins and word. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you're right. The Nintendo Switch. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nintendo Switch, all that. Sorry. Chinpokomon? That's why we're here right now.
So that small bit of that one episode in South Park.
Could have done better.
Well, the entire topic of that one episode in South Park, give it its fair due. It wasn't a small bit of that one episode.
Yeah, well, how many actual Chinpokomon did you see throughout the episode?
It was a lot. It was a pretty major part of that one episode.
I noticed they even went so far as to, like, integrate them into the opening credits. In the episode, they're like, some characters are holding on to them. There's one, like, hanging off the top of the guy's hat who plays the banjo. I don't know.
Oh, that did happen. And Mrs. Cartman incorrectly labeled Monkey a different Chinpokomon.
The guy's hat that plays the banjo. It's Les Claypool with his bass.
Wow, cool.
The lead singer and bassist of Primus.
I've been watching South Park since I was in 5th grade, which was over 20 years ago, and I had no idea.
Yeah, it's Primus was their favorite band, so they called him up and they were like, "Will you do our theme song?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure."
So is that guy, like, modeled after Les Clay? Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. You really do learn something new at least every time you are on one of Nate's podcasts.
Do.
So yes, Chinpokomon was a satire of Pokemon in South Park. There was an episode in the 3rd season, and I don't remember what number, but it's called Chinpokomon. You can
11.
find it. 11. Season 3, episode
Season
11.
3, episode 11.
I remember when it premiered, I was so stoked that they were going to do a parody of Pokemon on South Park. I wonder if, like, the South Park kids got excited if, like, Terrence and Phillip were going to do a parody of Chinpokomon.
You were saying, like, all you have to do for this episode to prep is to, like, watch this episode of South Park. And I was really nervous about watching an older episode of South Park because I haven't been giving it... I wasn't giving those earlier seasons the credit that I guess I figured out today that I should have.
Yeah.
I remember the earlier seasons and episodes being about, like, farting and a lot of just, like, dumb stuff that made me giggle in 5th grade.
The first season has a lot of that.
So it's really just the first. I pride myself on being a fan of South Park because of how smart and, like, and current it tends to, like, it holds up, you know? So I was worried that going back, it wouldn't. The episode was great. It wasn't just a play on Pokemon. They went a couple levels deeper, this was pointless.
Well, I mean,
No, yeah.
I do love that even still in the older ones, I love the whole, I learned something today. And then it ends up being like some actual thing that they learned within the episode that relates to whatever social satire they're making.
Right.
I do remember feeling as a kid, like, I loved the episode. I wasn't butthurt about it.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you guys did miss the mark, though. That's not why we like Pokemon. Like,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
it's not a fad. It's like that Star Wars wasn't a fad. Star Wars was a genuine, like, cultural phenomenon, and so is Pokemon. Sorry.
But they're just too old to really get it, though. And I think that was even bigger in the joke because the parents knew that the way to get the kids to stop playing it was to just like it themselves and embrace it themselves.
I think Pokemon came in an interesting time right at the very end of the 90s that I think were super saturated in that sort of like fad culture where like we had all of these things leading right up to Pokemon
Yeah,
that
like it was,
really were strong, like the Beanie Babies and all of these things.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies, Pogs, go on and on and on.
Designed to be fads.
Right. And even at the time, Pokemon was, I think, more designed to be just a video game than it was to be like a fad to hook American kids or
And
whatever.
it became a fad.
But it did. It became sort of fad-jewel.
It's perfect for a fad.
But
Yeah,
that's-
exactly.
That's
But it
the
was
main
more than
difference
that.
of Pokemon and the other fads is the other things were made to be fads.
Right.
While Pokemon became a fad gradually because of its quality.
But it also grew out of it, grew past it. It became more than just that, whereas at first the potential was...
Much like a band it's a fad to like the band because they're popular. Sure, there's a bunch of kids jumping on board because it's a fad, but they probably like it because it's genuinely good.
And everyone's still listening to Good Charlotte today. Am I right?
Oh my God, no, it's
am
so
I right?
bad.
Have you heard their newest adult alternative Megamix?
No,
No, it's not a real thing. It
That
doesn't
was a
exist.
huge joke.
I think the crowning moment of Good Charlotte's career is when he
Dated that girl from the Disney Channel?
No, he's singing this verse about how or no, it's I don't even think it's a verse. I think it's like the bridge to the chorus. He's like your father hits you and your mom's not there and something, and then the chorus is, but we all feel the same pain that you do. And
I don't think you feel the same pain as an abusive family.
Oh my God.
it's so misguided. The point of the song is hold on. You're not alone, hold on. But it's so
The name
like
of the song was also Hold On.
it's so like, oh, no, you don't feel the
Yeah,
same.
no.
This is the anthem, yay!
Pretty sure you don't, Joel.
So yeah, we're not gonna break down the whole episode. You should go watch it. It's 20 minutes long. I'm sure you remember.
Super
it.
funny.
And they also made an appearance in the Stick of Truth, which gives us most of our material to work from today.
Shit, were
Thank
they?
God. Oh, they were the mini collectibles throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I finished that game very quickly. So,
yeah? So you probably didn't get all the Chinpokomon.
No, I didn't become the epic... what's the term?
Grand
The
Chinpoko
Grand
Master.
Chinpoko Master. Right. Yeah.
The goal of the franchise is to buy them all.
Yes.
That's in the show, like to buy them all so that you can take down the evil power, which is then revealed to the... It's tricky. Is America the evil power in the show? Or... Like, okay, so the Japanese government created Chinpokomon as a method to convert America's youth to take down America from the inside.
America's government.
So in the show, there is an evil power that you're supposed to take down. So is that evil power just a big, powerful Chinpokomon that in the real world, they were like, and that is America? Or is it actually America in the show, too?
I
do you
think
get
it
what
was
I'm saying?
never
Yeah.
it was never really referenced, and I think they did a good job of showing us, like, specifically from the parents' angle, that like this show makes no sense. This is about nothing.
One of the best lines was when Randy was like, I don't know what this is about, but I know I want to own them all.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's South Park. So the South Park universe also is not as deep as ours. So the TV show doesn't have, like, that real depth, that real meaning, that real actualized villain. It's just all garbage. And I think that lends to it overall, like the way they present it in the show.
That it actually isn't any deeper than that in universe, too.
Right, exactly.
If you were to play the game or look at the anime or manga, you would have
Like
no idea.
in universe, you would it would not be there because the camps hadn't started yet. Because to them, it was all like a thing. And I do want to say, I don't think it was the Japanese government because they never really specified.
Yeah, the emperor. He was the emperor of Japan.
Oh.
But is there an emperor
I was
still of Japan?
Is there?
Or is it more of a democracy
now?
now?
Is it
Yeah, no,
kind of
there's
like
still-
the Queen of England?
There's still an emperor, yeah.
Like it's like honorary titles instead of actual ruling class?
Oh, never
I
mind.
don't
Okay,
know.
that was my confusion. That's my lack of knowledge.
There's totally
on the
still an
subject.
emperor. I don't know the political subtleties of how it works, and I know it's not just a dictatorship, but
I know they
Right.
have a prime minister,
Which is
which is what England has.
an elected
Right.
official.
and
Okay, I actually like that. It probably is pretty. Interpreting the story too much is honestly doing it a disservice because it probably is garbage thrown together like an episode of Terrence and Phillip or anything else that's marketed to people.
Terrence and Phillip, I would argue, has more depth than Chinpokomon.
We've
But-
had a lot more time with Terrence and Phillip. Though.
Yeah.
There is some type of game, and there is a little more substance than we're privy to. Like, a little more. Like, for example, we find out that Lambtron is one of the only ones left of his kind. Like, there's
Right.
little details about these Chinpokomon's lives that get thrown out there. And that, of course, is the most fun thing to do on Silph Radio. And for the Stick of Truth, they actually fleshed out and came up with 30 specific Chinpokomon. Some of them were seen in the episode, and some of them were new and made just for the game.
I do want to state, though, that while it was fun trying to collect all the Chinpokomon, it was far more fun in Fractured Butthole collecting all the Yaoi art.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down. All the different pictures of Tweek and Craig are amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
Go look them all up. They're brilliant.
Fractured butthole.
Yeah,
It's
you didn't-
fractured butthole.
Yeah.
Welcome. You're 2 years late to the party.
Oh my gosh. All right, cool. Great. Let's carry on.
Fucking brilliant, right? They're crude geniuses.
Oh
but,
my god.
Have you played it, Fractured Butthole?
No.
Okay. Well, there's a fracture in time, but they got to keep it whole. Anyways.
And one of my favorite details in that game, and not because it's crude. I'm not a fan of crude humor. People might listen and be like, what? But really, it's not crude. It's vulgar.
I don't know. Fart jokes
Vulgar
are
and
funny.
crude are two different things, so not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I'm a fan of vulgar humor, but crude, not necessarily. It just finds its way into a lot of the stuff I like.
Sure.
There's a part in the game when you're exploring Cartman's room, you can find like his diary or something, and there's pictures he drew in it. And this speaks so to the depth of Cartman's psychology to me that it like was fascinating. Pictures of like Kyle fucking his mom that he drew.
Oh shit! You know what?
And-
I did see this. I played like the first 5 minutes of the
And
game.
I think Butters fucking Cartman or something,
Yeah,
right? Like
some weird-
Which is like Cartman is the type to like draw pictures of his friends fucking each other and like stuff, isn't he? He's a twisted little.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Cartman, projector person extraordinaire.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it adds like a level to his psychology, though, not just because he's twisted, but it's like, no, that makes sense with his pathos. Actually, like, holy shit,
Yeah.
it fleshes him out
Just
like
this
that. No
super,
pun intended.
Like broken.
Well, he gives you, the new kid, your own personal origin story, and it's you were traumatized by seeing your dad fuck your mom.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think of that.
I forgot about that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's his origin.
That's terrible.
Makes everybody throw up.
I do have a question then. Most of these Chinpokomon, maybe some of which I'm looking at right now, were developed after the episode and for that game.
Most, I don't know. I think, let's see. I don't know. I know at least
At least 12 were in the
2,
episode.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think 14. I think at least 14 of them were in the episode.
But so I have two in particular I wanted to talk about.
Okay, well, we should jump right in here. The only other reference to Chinpokomon in all South Park media, from my knowledge, other than maybe background sites, is in the Fractured Butthole. Wendy, who her superhero identity is Call Girl, one of her attacks is there's a phone app, like a game, called Chinpokomon Phone Destroyer. So I'm curious that I think that might be another level to their plan where they're like, let's hijack their personal devices.
Right,
And
we'll use a little,
Call
super,
Girl's my
like,
favorite, by the
mobile
way.
app.
she's dope.
He's so good. And Phone Destroyer actually became an actual South Park game app.
Oh, yeah.
South
yeah,
Park Phone
I see
Destroyer.
ads for that every
Yeah.
now and then. Mm-hmm.
But in universe, it's a Chinpokomon game.
Excellent.
That's wild.
Excellent use.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk about all 30 of these and some cut content that didn't make it into the Stick of Truth. There was like 5 or 6 Chinpokomon designed that aren't in the final game. So we're gonna talk about them too. But who, Justin, is it that interests you the most?
All right. Well, first of all, because I thought he was super adorable, whatever, was Brockery.
Brockery.
Yes. And
It looks like a veggie tail.
it does, but then I also noticed it looks almost like a broccolied version of a Pokemon from...
Simi Sage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's pretty wild. And you look right next to it, and there's Biebersaurus, which
Yeah.
is...
Justin Bieber's favorite pet.
right, a dinosaur character with sort of like longer Bieber hair. And that is
It's got Bieber bangs.
very similar. Yeah, Bieber bangs. Very similar to another
I know what you're
dragon
talking
type
about.
Pokemon from the same game. So I was thinking, oh wow,
Yeah,
these must be from the video game that they released.
there's a few that are modeled after real Pokemon.
Right, but if these had been part of the original Chinpokomon,
That would be insane.
That would be insane.
Oh, because it means it would have influenced the other way around.
Right. But now that I know this, all bets are off, and really Brockery is just the cutest.
Is
And
Brockery your favorite?
I would go ahead and say that Brockery is, yes, my favorite.
That's awesome. Okay, let's talk about Brockery.
Especially in a stir fry.
Brockery. So
Yay.
I actually, months and months ago, as a thought experiment on Reddit, I came up with a list of types for the Chinpokomon.
Oh.
And I guess maybe we could look at that at the end, but I kind of want to leave that out and just see what you guys feel and think. So I don't know, let's talk about Brockery. It's obviously a grass type or something if they have types.
Oh, yeah. Definitely grass.
Vegetation, plant type.
It's nature, or no, its ability is synthesis.
Its ability is to soak up all the delicious stir fry sauces that you're using to make it the tastiest part of the stir fry outside of the meat.
Yeah,
Obviously.
there's probably not much thought put into that one. Like you said, I love your take. At first, I was like, "Thanks, Justin. You got to kill the Silph radio mood. There's probably not any more to it." But no, actually, within universe, that makes complete sense.
Right.
That it would pick up all the stir fry sauce.
Well, no, that they're not going to waste time, money, and effort on marketing to all these imbeciles that populate this world that are easily swayed by anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, Brockery probably does just like it's delicious with this.
It's just delicious.
Its calling card is, I'm good.
I like him.
That's funny. Brockery is your favorite. Biebersaurus is my least favorite.
Yeah.
I honestly, I was hoping we'd talk about Biebersaurus a little later, but since we're on the subject now,
We're right here.
out of all the Chinpokomon, it seems like the one that it's based on like a pop culture. It's the only one based on a specific dated pop culture reference. Oh my God. You know what's perfect? Especially with your take on looking at it in universe, like it is Vanillux. It's the one that like Stan is like Chinpokomon's lame now. They've run out of ideas. They made a Justin Bieber Pokemon.
Right.
And he doesn't look at it the same way I do, where he's like, really, they're referencing pop culture. That's standard fare to him. But he's like,
Right.
that's like making an ice cream Pokemon
That
to
one's
him.
too on the nose, kind of.
It's a little too vanilla.
Do you take issue then with like a Velociraptor?
Well, that's another. Let's talk about Biebersaurus. That's
All
a
right,
little.
all right. We won't go too far, but
Velociraptor's cousin,
I also like
Biebersaurus.
that this one's just named Monkey.
It's a dinosaur. It's a sauropod, right? A long neck dinosaur with bangs in its face and horns sticking out all over it. It's like light tan with like Bieber colored hair and a Bieber colored tuft around its neck.
But you're right, it does almost look exactly like a different...
I wish I could remember. It's the one that grows multiple heads.
Yeah,
as it goes on.
It's a dragon type, and
Yep.
I always characterized the Bieber bangs with a Beatles haircut. That's why I named mine Ringo in Pokemon.
Why you named your Biebersaurus Ringo?
Oh, no, the real
Craig,
Pokemon.
have you
it's based
played
off.
Pokemon?
I have played plenty of Chinpokomon. Let me tell you.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they did it, because the original one looks like Justin Bieber.
Like I said, I still think it looks more like Ringo Starr.
Well, what's it called? What's one of the stages called?
I am on it. Maybe not so much. Hydreigon. What was the little one?
Is it Hydreigon?
It's the smallest version.
Well, then all we need to do is look up Hydreigon. Oops. Thank you, Google.
That one.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why they did it. I bet, like, one of their kids was into Pokemon or something, and they were like, we should do one based on that Biebersaurus fucker.
Oh, yeah, and then instantly it just became... Right.
Dino became Biebersaurus.
Right, and so in that same vein, they saw the little monkey one and was like, oh, he looks like fucking broccoli. All they did was take his ears off and make it all green.
His name is Dino or Dino. This whole time, Deino, I've been in my head thinking, it begins with Deino, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And that was its entire name.
That's the whole thing.
Sometimes you should just say it. No one's going to think you're stupid. Just say it.
It's Dino, something.
So that's, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. And I get why you would not like him as a thing, but you have to it has to make sense to you.
Velociraptor, not as much. Velociraptor, I'm okay with. That's a Velociraptor, and he's got a backwards hat, a microphone. He's got some gold on his neck. He's got a gold star at the end of his tail.
He's got a bling. He's got some bling.
But he hasn't quite reached Platinum Star yet.
Oh, I think he's got fronts, too. Maybe. Who knows?
His records have only reached gold, though.
Wow.
When Velociraptor gets a Platinum Star, then we'll talk.
That one, no, because it's more of a general pop culture reference and not a specific one. It's less dated than Biebersaurus.
Because rap has survived like 30
and it's
30 decades.
It's not a specific person. It's like how Roid Rat represents like steroids.
Yeah,
right.
People will still remember rappers in 40 years, but maybe not Justin Bieber, you know?
If we're lucky.
They probably, not everyone will at least. But kids might not know who the fuck Justin Bieber is in 40 years, but they'd be like rappers, like that grandpa music, you know?
I'm telling you right now, if I go to my grandson in 40 years and I go, let me tell you the tale of Justin Bieber, and he says, who's that? I'm going to shed a tear and say how proud of him I am.
One single, Native American tear.
He's going to be like, yo, Grandpa's running out of stories, dude.
He's making up some nonsense.
This man's stuff's getting whack. Yeah, let's pop back into the grid.
Nobody would get famous singing a song where he just repeats the word baby a million times.
And
what's your favorite, Craig? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite, but looking at them right now, the one that comes to I just like Account of Fish. Like he's on serious business.
I was just thinking,
Fish.
I hope he says Account of Fish.
Salaryman Fish, yeah.
It's a stupid name, but I love it. There's a ring to it. Account of Fish.
Account of Fish.
It's basically like a color swapped
Magikarp.
Yeah, holding a briefcase and a hat.
Yeah, it's like a blue, teal, sky blue Magikarp. Yeah, and he's got a hat and a briefcase and a cigar in his mouth.
Looks like he's just been working this job for so long. Got to get back to the wife and kids.
Right, he's the salary man, Chinpoko.
Yeah, the salary man, Chinpoko.
That's actually really cool, though, because Account of Fish... Okay, so Magikarp is based on a Chinese legend, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the legend, if you're not familiar, there's like carps, if they swim to the top of a waterfall, can become a dragon or something. And this legend of a carp that did it and became a dragon, something like that.
Or if they reach level 20.
Also, as a general theme in Chinese mythology, fish, also called yu. Well, not also called you. They don't call them fish in China. They call them yu. Y-U is the word for fish, which is a homophone for abundance and affluence.
That which is being an accountant, being like the guy that goes out and he works and he's like working for his living and everything. So basically what you're saying is it's the one Chinpokomon that they actually put real thought into.
I don't think so. I think this is
totally coincidence.
where you can find a conspiracy theory in anything if you try too hard.
Okay.
I really hope that doesn't hurt the credibility of my theories. And
There's this one guy who was an intern for South Park that one season, and he was like, "No, that was it.
That was that was the
really
only one I
thought about
designed that got through." They were like, "You're putting too much thought into this." They literally had the talk. They were like, "Look, in South Park, corporations don't view people because people are very fickle and imbeciles."
And now he's just crying.
But still, thank you for listening to Silph Radio.
Yeah, thanks, man.
There is no Ken Sugimori in this world.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't undo all the hard work this podcast has done. Like with our Nidoran episode and stuff.
The deep amount of respect that we were carrying. Is that what you're worried about? I don't mean to be forcing this, but now that I'm looking at Account-A-Fish, I'm seeing Beetlebot.
Beetlebot.
I'm remembering the Digimon that it reminded me of, and that was Tentamon.
Oh,
Tentamon
you're right.
Izzy's the super smart little bug guy.
It is very similar to Tentamon. It's clearly directly modeled after Ledybot.
Ledybot's face, yeah, definitely.
Or it could be that robot from Chrono Trigger.
What?
Yeah.
Similar.
I'm playing Chrono Trigger right
Similar
now,
build.
so hit me with what you're talking about.
That's just because it's a fat robot,
Yeah.
though, Craig.
Robo.
I guess I'm being
Yeah,
roboticist.
that
You're
robot.
being like very generalist right now, kind
Guys, I'm very sorry. I'm working on being a better person.
Oh.
Please accept my apology.
Craig's like, what's his name? That robot. And he's like, my name's Robo, dude. Like,
Yeah.
for real, if you can't, like, it's like he's like, what's that black guy's name? And he's like, yo, dude, my name's legit Black.
But in Chrono Trigger, you could rename them. And because he came out to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up, I renamed him Rick Astley.
Because his theme sounds similar.
It is Never Gonna Give You Up.
Sorry. I did a delayed pause. Because
Yeah.
that was just sincere disrespect. We're not going to
It
get into
was.
an argument about
But it
Chrono Trigger
was,
right
though.
now. It's not valid. It's not. It's Robo's theme. It's just thick.
Beetlebot actually does have some more real world influences that the Ken Sugimori of the we actually have
Their miracle intern.
we've made cyborg beetles. We can control them
Big bad Beetleborgs.
with controllers. Like we can decide which ways they walk.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you like kind of have to stick their wiring in certain places instead of their antenna.
Doesn't that have like moral implications too?
Supposedly it doesn't
Ethical.
fuck with them. It doesn't fuck with their lifespan. They seem chill and fine afterwards.
They seem fine having somebody completely control their movement.
Well, that's not what they do. What they do is they control the sensory input that their antennas are feeling, so that they constantly think they're about to run into a wall, and that directs them which way they want to go. So they can program a joystick to have like a D-pad.
You're right.
And then when they press left, it makes them think that there's a wall
So they
pressing
have to
against
turn.
them on the right. So they turn, and if they try to go forward, they encounter a corner.
But we're still using outside stimuli to completely manipulate their reality.
But they don't have the sentience or the thought like to realize that. So they I'm not defending.
Says you, man.
No, Craig.
Says you.
Craig, I'm not defending it. I agree with you. There are definitely moral implications. I do agree. I guess I'm playing devil's advocate. And what
okay.
the scientists saying it are like, look, we're not trying to torture these bugs. We have tried to
Right.
see if it has a negative effect on them, and it doesn't seem to.
I would like to know what the positive outcome for this would be, though. Like, what are they doing this for? What's their
there's-
long term?
I'm sure there's plenty of negative things too. I think it could very easily go both
Singularity.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like they're eventually going to put it on people.
Yeah.
Like they'll just like implant these things in babies when they come out in the hospitals. Oh my God, I'm sorry to put this notion in anybody's mind. Don't give me
No,
a tinfoil
Craig,
hat.
They
That's
already
totally cool
have.
with me. Yeah.
They already have.
I'm
It's
totally
called-
into it.
No, they already have. It's called culture. They make you think there's
Oh,
these
here we
fake
go.
walls all around you when they want you to walk a certain way.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to say
man.
vaccines.
It's called vaccines.
You gotta watch out for the walls, man. It's vaccines.
See, if Jenny McCarthy knew what she was talking about, she
Oh,
would have
Lord.
gone this route for the anti-vaxxer movement.
She should have made her own Chinpokomon. That's exactly.
Yes, that's what should have happened.
I don't know. I, for one, am ready for singularity. Bring it on. I'm not a scurd.
Probably because you'll no longer care.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the singularity, we're talking about the beetle bot, the robot beetle. There's also Rabatak and Roostor, which are both robot Chinpokomon, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Chinpokomon can be robots.
Rooster kind of reminds me of Skarmory.
It's Roostor.
Roostor, who can
With an E.
apparently
It's pronounced Roostor.
transform into Roost Dragon or something.
Roostallion.
Roostallion. That's what it
It
was.
becomes a chicken horse.
Which they don't appear to evolve. There's no evidence that Chinpokomon evolve.
No.
So
but
it must
they can transform.
because it's a robot. That's probably its specific ability.
Which would be even more confusing for the parents, which would lead...
I'm sure the joke on Matt and Trey's part was evolution at the time in '97, but knowing what we know now and not retconning, but fan wanking our way around this, it's probably just it's a transformer.
Sorry, fan wanking?
I'm accepting it. I'm not even going to
Okay.
question it. It's
My
beautiful.
bad. I shouldn't-
It's
yep,
a
you're
beautiful
right.
new term.
Oh,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
fan wanking is when you're like, well, the reason that he completed it in 12 parsecs is because he was using the hyperspace. He didn't travel as much actual physical distance.
Oh, holy shit. So that's like a real thing.
Yeah,
That's a word.
what really happened was George Lucas fucked up. But
Well, right. Well, no, I know the parsecs thing, but fan wanking...
the fans will come up when fans come up with an idea.
Amazing.
In-universe explainy.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I guess that makes perfect sense. I just had never heard it before, and I wanted to celebrate it briefly.
Me either. Yes, I want to celebrate it always. It's a new favorite word of mine.
And activity and pastime.
I'm going to fan wank so hard when I get home.
Sarah.
Roostor is interesting. Rabatak's pretty cute. It reminds me of Robot Jones. Do you guys remember Who Remembers Robot Jones? Who does remember Who Remembers Robot Jones?
Not I.
I can't remember.
I bet if
those
you-
that might remember Who Remembers Robot Jones.
I bet if you Googled it and looked it up on YouTube, you'd be like, holy shit. It was a cartoon in like the early to mid 2000s in like this 70s like Schoolhouse Rock style animation called Who Remembers Robot Jones, I think. Or Whatever Happened to Robot Jones.
Well.
He was a kid at a school.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember this show.
He looks just
Whatever
like him,
happened
doesn't
to ... Robot Jones. I don't think I ever watched this cartoon.
It was pretty good, actually, from my memories.
I'm blanking.
Cartoon
I'm looking
Network's
at all
always
stuff.
kind of nailed it.
Yeah, Cartoon Network never fell off, unlike
They-
some networks.
They've had moments where it was like, okay, this is weak, but then
But they didn't fall off. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, my beef with Cartoon Network is more so about like taking away things when people were enjoying them.
So what you're saying is you're mad about Teen Titans?
Young Justice 3.
Yeah. Oh,
Season
Young
3
Justice
mostly.
season 3 is coming
It's
back.
coming. It's coming back.
Yeah,
Finally,
they finished it.
Only because a lot of gripe from fans for many years.
But you know what? Fans took the power in their own hands.
Thank you, and that's why this is a democracy. This is the greatest nation on earth.
So wait, the fans took it in their own hands? Are you saying that they fan wanked?
They-
Wanked it into existence. Fuck yeah.
Perfect. I'm so happy because yes.
All right. Moving on. We got a lot of Chinpokomon to cover. How many
is
of we?
rough.
I don't know.
Here we go. Let's talk about Monkey because his name
Monkey.
is it Monkey?
It's Monkey.
Okay.
With an AY. They misspelled a few things on this picture.
Changes everything about how I feel about him.
Yeah, Monkey.
It was just normal monkey. He was cool.
Yeah, when it was just that, it was actually kind of hilarious.
It would have been hilarious if the robot rooster was just called Rooster. Like it says. It's actually Roostor.
Yeah. Oh, true. But I remembered. Yeah.
Rooster.
Is Furry Cat just Furry Cat?
Furry Cat's probably my favorite out of the legit ones, and I don't know why. I just like it.
It's because it's a mix between Fritz and Meowth.
Meowth. Yeah.
It's a green Meowth, yeah, and I don't know. It's just cute. It's the cutest, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I strongly disagree because Brockery is like pretty much just like inviting you to eat him.
I'm going to disagree because Furry Cat looks like it's about to give you static shock.
I'd have to disagree with you, Justin. I'd love to take a bite out of Furry Cat.
I'm sure it still tastes
Fair
like
enough.
stir fry.
That's hey.
Oh,
I just want you guys to know I'm vegan.
That was supposed to be
so-
Alf, the Melmacian, but it came out more like Carl Sagan.
Oh, that joke makes a lot more sense now, and it was awesome.
retroactively.
I
Thanks for
don't-
explaining.
I don't know about you. It was actually more Carl Sagan. He's like, but the possibilities of furry cat's culinary application
Elf.
Nah, it still
endless,
sounds like Elf.
are limitless and infinite beyond our wildest dreams and imaginations.
I keep telling
Well
you, Alf,
done.
you can't eat cats, Alf.
That's beautiful.
Stop! Why does everybody keep calling me Elf?
As long as we're on the track of, well, we're not anymore, but like robot Chinpokomon, Gunrilla. I think Gunrilla is a standout Chinpokomon.
Most American Pokemon.
Yeah.
Thought went into it.
They were like, they had two thoughts. The thoughts were thus: should he have legs? No, he should have guns.
He should have guns for legs. And what about the arms?
And then the second thought was: should he have arms? No, he should have guns for arms.
More
You
guns.
think the legs came first?
Which is then when they said, look at the face. It should be the troll meme face.
So Sugimori in
Should
this
be very
world
happy.
was like, guys, I had a brilliant idea. A gorilla with guns for legs.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, that's...
What about arms? And he's like, don't you think that's overkill?
Come on, guys. I really spent time thinking about this.
What if it was just the legs and he walked on his arms and shot with his legs?
Well, his arms are the double barrels of a shotgun. His legs are like pistols or handguns. And then he's got a, what do you call that? The chamber on his
Yeah.
belly?
For his belly. And other than that, he's just a really happy looking monkey. He has guns for legs. What more do you need?
My eyes are
Literally
up here,
nothing.
Justin. My eyes are up here.
Sorry, what can I say? I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Can I ask about Fetus Swami?
Fetus Swami. That's one of those Pokemon that's like top 10 darkest Pokedex entries.
But it kind of looks like a other like different colored palette swapped Tangela.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fucks with it. Fetus Swami, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's pretty dark, but
We need
It's like
a better...
yarn, and I want to eat it like spaghetti.
You need a closer look at it. So it's got like, it's a little baby in a sack of like placenta, kind of like that one Pokemon. And it's like a fetus in there.
The dream Pokemon.
And then there's the arms are formed from the placenta, and then wrapped around the top of it is like a turban of its umbilical cord.
an umbilical turban.
I was seeing spaghetti.
Well,
So it's obviously this one is like
Second most delicious. Goes great with broccoli.
second most delicious after fetuses?
oh my god.
Jesus, Craig?
Sarah?
Goes great with broccoli. Sure, fry it up. Furry cat works well too with it.
If you need some stem cells, you could have just asked.
Yeah, damn.
It's a different South Park.
It's
How
an
does that even
HM.
work?
It's an HM.
Wait, is that a sex thing?
Stem cell sharing?
That's probably its ability is like stem cell. But
Oh my god, yeah.
with it's clearly its origin. Like Jeremy not fantasizes, but fanwinks about the. It's not fanwanking, but he talks about like the origins of ghost Pokemon and how they all seem to come from something that's been discarded. Moving on.
Whoa, I already see where that's going. This is a family friendly podcast. It's not.
No, it's
So, like-
it's not family
not.
friendly at all. It's more
Not.
like
We already gave you that disclaimer.
it's more like it's family friendly in the way that Planned Parenthood is Planned Parenthood. So yes,
Distinctly relevant joke. It's them giving you the opportunity to plan.
can I say that this is an example of a touchy subject, but it's a neutral joke? Because I'm
Yeah.
always trying to point that out.
Yeah, solid. Yeah,
Like-
So you're fan wanking your own joke now.
Well, you can make jokes that are for a specific side of an issue, or you can just make neutral jokes about them. And I think that is what this was. And I'd like to point that out because some people don't get that every joke about racism isn't necessarily racist or anti-racist.
Well, I
Right,
think-
but
I
those
think
same
we
people that... I'll go ahead.
Oh, I was
Continue.
going to say, I think we set the tone early on that, like, obviously we're not making jokes about fetuses.
No, I don't care if you're offended. Wrong podcast.
The other line.
And I'm sorry if you didn't realize by our warning and the explicit label, but that's fine. If you're offended, I am sorry. Like maybe if you've had an abortion, it's a touchy subject, and
Yeah.
maybe we should have mentioned that at the beginning. But That's not what I'm not tiptoeing around touchy subjects, but some people don't get how, like, sure, you can make jokes that are racist, you can make jokes that are making fun of racism, or you can just be like, hey, did you see that protester on a motorcycle? Black Lives Motor. It's just a pun. It's just a neutral joke.
Yeah, comedy is
Fickle bitch.
boom.
Shouldn't say bitch, Craig.
I was just gonna say. I don't know.
It was.
Can we say that?
I can't win.
Craig's like, I'm sorry, fickle broad.
I'm sorry. Fickle person in the. You know what? Never mind.
Person of color. Wait.
What can I say? She's
I was
a
gonna
fickle
say in
broad.
the kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah. See, maybe of color would have been better. Who knows? It was bad all around.
All right. I want to bring up another one that clearly a lot of thought went into. This one that I think they put the most thought into. Flowerpotamus.
Maybe that one does evolve to an actual potamus.
The name is great, but it's a hippo in a flower pot, and it's got a flower on its head. Brilliance.
Holy Jesus! I'm
But
looking
also-
at it now.
So is it water or grass?
Well, you guys, I'm a big ancient Egypt buff. I have been my whole life. Justin knows this. He's
Yeah.
known me a long time.
Yeah.
In ancient Egypt, hippopotamuses are associated with rebirth and death because they will often sink beneath the water but then resurface. For the same reason, lotuses are also associated with death and rebirth in ancient Egypt. And pottery from ancient, they were probably the earliest like people to make pottery. Well, no, they weren't. Probably like that would probably be like Mesopotamia. Yeah. But like but there is a hippo named William the, what is it? It's like, or not, it's like, it's a ceramic hippo. What's it? I wrote it down.
Ceramic hippo. I was just like, I'm sure there was a William hippo somewhere.
It's blue, and it's called William the Faience hippopotamus. It's made out of faience, which isn't pottery, but it is often considered pottery. And it was used a lot in ancient Egypt.
Well, my mind is blown.
And it has lotuses decorated on it. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. It has lotuses decorated on it. And yeah, so
that intern we were joking about earlier
he really did his
really does deserve a raise. Like, great job with the counterfish, but really knocked it out of the park with Flowerpotamus.
Sorry, but his branch of the company that he worked with closed down about 2 years ago.
That is just...
in fairness, I think this is just me really fan-wanking really hard and furiously and vigorously right now.
I'm not even going to accept that. I'm going to say that, yes.
But no, there is one Chinpokomon that I do think thought went into. Honestly, like by someone on the South Park development team. The Counterfish and Flowerpotamus are coincidences that I tried really hard to make happen.
Sure.
I feel like it's showing the strings of some of our Pokemon realizations we've had over the years. But still, I don't know. But when we get to the one that I think genuine thought went into, I'll talk about it.
Oh, more blue balls here.
That would be Shoe.
That would be Shoe. The one that had the most thought put into it.
Its name is just so spot on.
I feel trolled.
It evolves into Sandal.
No, I kid. There is one. It's not Shoe, but let's
It's
talk
not
about
Shoe?
Shoe.
All right, while we're here, while we're
Mr.
on the
Garrison's
subject.
favorite.
Mr. Garrison's. I got Shoe.
I got Shoe.
Oh my God, can you guys imagine what a nightmare that would be if our parents did get like bumper stickers that are like, my kid's a pokey kid. Meanwhile, we're in high school trying to be like, no guys, I do still like Pokemon and it's acceptable.
But I kind of like keep it on the DL now.
Yeah, come on, Mom. I'm trying to convince my friends it's okay for me to like Pokemon. This is not helping.
Right. This isn't working out for me. This is terrible. Oh, man.
Shoe is the most... It is the funniest. The joke, like, of course, is feature Roostallion, Lambtron, Flowerpotamus, and Shoe.
It's so funny.
It's a bad shoe, too.
It's not funny,
God.
but it's funny at the same time. It's so just there.
I think that's your clear identifier for really like where they're going from in universe, all of what we were talking about.
And I love that wasn't where Stan drew the line. Like,
right,
it was
yeah.
Bulbasaurus that made his cynicism but
Hold on.
Shoe was actually one of the ones Stan picked out at the toy store.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
Shoe. I don't know, man.
It could double as an actual shoe.
It could.
I would love to think, too, that it just literally does nothing in battle.
No, yeah, it's just you throw it out and it's just like
It just sits there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also want for every individual shoe to just be like a different shoe. Like they're not all this one same looking shoe. This is just the image that they have cataloged for it.
From Japan.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of different shoes.
Sometimes it's running shoes. Sometimes it's high heels.
Yeah,
sometimes it's a boot.
Yeah, but mostly they're all just a shoe. Like the most nondescript. Just a.
It's sad that it doesn't do anything in battle, because I figure one of its moves would have been Soul Slap.
Oh.
It's just a good one.
Dang.
I mean, can it only do like 10 power?
Soul Slap? I feel like if you had the power of Soul Slap, that's an 85 like PowerPoint Pokemon attack.
You misunderstand. You misunderstand. Shoe literally just slaps you with the sole of its shoe.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But it has all the powers of the soul.
Craig,
slap.
that's racist.
Yeah, that's
How?
That's insensitive to people's religions, Craig.
Yeah.
Making that pun is clearly not neutral.
Did you just assume whether or not my shoe had a soul or not?
It certainly didn't.
Jeez. This is not to say that like all shoes have to have a soul in order to be a shoe.
I can't keep
Oh,
up
we're
with
going
this
too
PC
deep.
world.
I am
I'm starting to feel like Matt and Trey at this moment.
I'm the sole person going through these problems I'm facing, Craig.
Yeah. So if he
Oh.
identified, that was
Proper
that was so
spelling,
good that I
too,
didn't
with a
even
different
catch it
meaning.
right away. Damn, too strong.
Who else we got to talk about
This has
here,
been the
guys?
most ridiculous conversation.
I have no idea how close we are to being done because I haven't been crossing them off.
Do shoes have a soul?
I will say we still have to talk about a couple least favorites here. A couple least favorites on the list.
Okay.
What's up with Fat Dactyl?
Fat Dactyl's pretty lame.
Pretty lame. So with Gophermon.
Gophermon's kind of
Gophermon?
cool.
Is he?
Yeah. He's got a spiked tail, a belly. He's cooler than Fat Dactyl.
Yeah, okay, I guess that's fair.
Fat Dactyl's just like, I guess, a pterodactyl, but it doesn't have wings. It's not even, it has a head like a pterodactyl.
It has a tail like a Pikachu.
He's got
Yeah.
a Pikachu tail, a little spike on top.
Sort
He
of
doesn't have a lot going on.
Sort of a Pikachu body, too, I guess, when Pikachu was
Oh.
fat.
I was going to say a Psyduck body.
So he's got like a dactyl beak.
Yeah.
So that's his claim to fame there.
There's also
he's fat.
Turdocken, which is kind of similar to Fat Dactyl.
Wait, which one?
Turdocken,
Oh yeah, Turdocken.
another pterodactyl type, I guess.
Also, like one of the closer references to like modern culture because it's almost kind of like Turducken.
Yes.
But-
And it has like the opening in its stomach to make it look like you could stuff something inside of it.
Oh, okay. I
Like
didn't
another
even make
food
that
inside of
connection.
it.
I didn't either. That is, wow, you're right.
Yeah, it still feels like a stretch because he's all green.
Yeah.
And like you don't want your Turducken to come out
Well,
green.
you're not really going to eat the turducken either.
But it's also like a pterodactyl, like tear. It's Pter Dacken.
What about Fat Dacken
Fat
and
Dactyl.
Turducken?
Oh,
Maybe they just
stuff one inside of the other, then put Gophermon in there just for
Boom!
good measure.
there it is.
Poodlesaurus, which looks like it's supposed to be an evolution, but is like the laziest. That shit was made in MS Paint.
Oh yeah, it's really bad.
Oh
It's
my
like
god.
Ferrosnarf's like really unfortunate alternate evolution.
Right?
Yeah.
Ferrosnarf's got like, it's pink, but it's got a bunch of yellow. It's
Honestly-
they're both like evolutions.
Yeah.
And Ferrosnarf has sort of a mustache. It's weird.
But Ferrosnarf could be like in some form or another like an interesting design.
Yeah, it's kind of badass.
Poodlesaurus is like an 8-year-old had Microsoft Paint and was like,
I'm gonna
and their
make a
dad was like,
Jolteon.
okay, here's how you do a line.
I'm going to make my Jolteon a different color.
Penguin, which is Cartman's favorite.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this did come out before Piplup was a thing, though,
Yeah,
right?
Penguin
did.
is ancient.
Boom, they did it.
Well, they
Did it
predicted
first.
that penguins, I think, predicted Piplup
Yeah,
more accurately.
pretty much.
I don't buy it.
I think Penguin predicated Piplup the way anything.
The way planning predicates parenthood.
Yeah, boom. They're just two words that like have the same initial concept.
They both sound. They both have the P sound, and the similarities end there.
Penguin literally is just missing the U.
Yeah, it's just Penguin. He's cute.
Craig,
I don't know why he didn't love Gerbitoad.
My life.
And now I think
My
Gerbitoad
life
is my new favorite.
Literally just missing the U. Gerbitoad.
Oh, that was really sweet. I like that.
Gerbitoad it's a toad with gerbil ears.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Boom.
it.
Not even a tail, just
It's
gerbil ears.
Also, not even a toad, just like a frog. Because like,
it's not a toad, it's a frog. Whatever, we can't be bothered.
no, that was one of the less harder working interns.
The mascots seem to be Lambtron and Choo Choo Nesme.
Yeah, you see a lot of Choo Choo Nesme.
And Lambtron is all... Lambtron's the Pikachu. Choo Choo Nesme is like the Poliwhirl, maybe. Like, it's all over the early marketing.
But he's not like that impressive, and like they don't use him ever later on.
And it doesn't make any sense.
Like,
Nesme means mouse in Japanese. And Choo is like either the noise a mouse makes or the noise of a kiss, right?
Yeah, so it's also like a sound a mouse makes, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
Either the noise a mouse makes or a kiss. It's like a...
so
I'm
it's like
assuming then.
so it's a mouse.
But it doesn't look at all like a mouse. It looks like this weird little gremlin with 3 eyes. Like
wings, too.
those are on his head.
Ears.
They're like
Wing
ears.
Yeah, Dumbo ears.
Probably the closest I think then they got to like coming up with a Pokemon concept that didn't make any sense because we've seen a lot of that before.
Right.
And it's just like Lickitung, you know? There are those Pokemon where like you go like,
What's a lizard? It's got a long tongue.
oh, son of a gun. Well, you beat that
But
right out of me.
it looks...
I know what you mean, though. Some of them are just like, what is that?
Wait,
but usually, like 20 years later, somebody figures it out.
Yeah, duh.
Or maybe it's just, what do they call that?
But
Not confirmation bias, but I guess it's pretty much confirmation
fan
bias.
wanking.
Fan wanking done right.
If you don't name this episode fan wanking, I'm gonna be. I don't know. To me, I don't know. To me, Lickitung, and I'm going off track here, but it doesn't strike me as just like a lizard with a long tongue. It just strikes me as like some weird Wigglytuff. What the fuck's up with Wigglytuff?
It's a fairy.
That's what's up with it.
But that doesn't make any sense.
What's up with sock and throw?
He's a guy in a
They're just karate
in a
Muppets.
karate gi. Like,
Justin just did the meme with the lady looking back and forth while the
with
math
the-
goes. Like,
that's one of my favorite meme
that
formats.
doesn't make any sense.
Wait a second.
There's a lot of... snake cat's an interesting one. It's just a snake that ate a cat.
Wait.
So that's what it was.
Oh,
It just looked like
the cat's face is sticking out of his mouth. Yeah. That's adorable. Oh, you can even see his eyes over it.
Yeah.
the snake's eyes over the cat's face.
Oh my god. Yep. I didn't even catch that. I just thought it was a lazy like.
You didn't catch it?
I
You don't catch Chinpokomon, you buy
No,
them.
you buy
You
them.
buy them. All right.
Own them all.
Well, I was trying to make a pun, and then I corrected my pun.
Well, you nailed it.
I checked my privilege.
Your punny
Still haven't
privilege.
yet.
That doesn't make sense.
None of this makes sense.
It hasn't been required of you yet.
Okay.
Mouse tick is basically Wigglytuff, right?
Mouse tick?
Clefairy.
No,
Vampirko.
Vampirko is Clefairy.
Mixed with Zubat.
It's like a purple, Clefairy with like little, it's like cape wings and...
It's
between
the
its
exact
arms.
same shape.
It's just Clefairy,
Yeah.
but purple with like
Yeah.
hair and fangs.
Here's the thing that I want to talk about, and it's kind of uncomfortable.
Okay. No, Jack.
Terry Bovey
It looks like
is a dude cow, so those aren't udders
Why is it a dude?
because of the horns.
because of the bull nose.
and the bull horn.
Female cows have horns.
Well, the bull note, that is clearly a male
a male bull.
like
The face is a
cow
male bull.
face.
While the body is
Also-
a female milk cow.
Also, Terry Schiavo.
What? What about
Wasn't
Terry
Terry
Schiavo?
Schiavo the one that
they pulled. They
killer
pulled the
baby.
plug.
cut
They
the
cut the cord.
peen off the...
No. Terry,
Oh my God! Oh no! Can we block this out?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Terry Schott was just a woman on
fine.
life support.
Yeah. Who was I thinking of though?
okay.
That was the.
Miranda Bobbitt.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Anyways,
But we still don't know the guy's name. Anyway.
I don't know. Either way, I think it's pretty clearly like a bull's face, and that those are not udders.
Udders that look like they're gun turrets or whatever, so they like shoot milk, I guess. It's a Chinpokomon, though. You can have a male milk tank, can't you?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Miltank is female only?
Once they introduce genders, only male Tauruses, only female Miltanks.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that goes back a really
So,
long way.
Wait, they introduced gender in Gen 2.
So you're talking about this being
which is when they introduced Miltank.
this being a transgender Chinpokomon.
I'm just saying it looks like a bull, and I think they just gave him 6 dicks for udders. That's all I'm trying to say, guys.
Utter dicks.
Utter dickery.
This is the second.
I didn't
B
think I
name for
needed
the
to like
episode.
really. I shouldn't have had to. And they're standing, and he's so very proud of them. He's clearly like
Chinpoko big.
yeah, very big American penis. 6 of them.
I like
'em.
Donkeytron. Donkeytron is actually super cool. It's like a bipedal donkey that looks like it knows like kung fu or karate or
See,
something.
To me, it looks more like a kangaroo
Sure.
because of the pouch, right? There's a pouch there, right? Or is that just
Yeah, I was having a hard time like figuring out what his deal
No,
was.
I think that's its arm. I think it's crossing its arm.
And he's,
so it's
like,
sticking
pushing
one
one
out.
forward.
Oh, he's just
Yeah.
super strong, like Popeye arm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Well, no,
he's-
it's like
he's
foreshortening.
posing.
like his.
Oh, okay.
That black mark is his fist, like closer to you, so it looks a little bigger.
I get it
Yeah.
now. So it's not an actual pocket. It's just the arm is making it look like there's a pocket lid.
Yeah. Very small, low-res sprites. Stigmata is like a little kaiju. There's not much to say about the last few. We didn't talk about Lambtron much.
Hold
And Lambtron's the mascot.
But Stigmata is in the like it's set up like it's on a crucifix.
I think it's just posing, dude.
Stigmata, the stigmata.
Oh, no,
He
you're right.
does
the
have
Stigmata.
like spots
Jesus.
like on his knees.
I'm like, Craig, I think that's a reach. No pun intended.
Like it's literally named after the Stigmata.
And he's
Oh, yeah.
spiny.
Other than that, it's got no other connections.
Yeah,
to it.
there's nothing else.
Stigmata.
But he's got the red circles on his knees.
He's
like-
been on his
Oh,
knees.
you're right. That's been nailed to the cross, Craig. You had it the first time.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Oh. Whoops. Also, though, just to point him out, because I feel like we haven't talked about him, Cosmonute.
Cosmonute.
He's just chilling right there. No one's really talked about him, and I feel like he's
That's-
kind of...
Astronaut Gecko.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's their last one to talk about before we get to the. Oh, well, we mentioned Roid Rat, but Cosmonute. Okay, so Cosmonute. There was a experiment in Japan in 94 and 96. They conducted it twice, and it was called the Astronaut Project. So they basically sent a pregnant newt into space. They induced like pregnancy and to lay eggs in space and hatched the newts to see what effect like the gravity had on growing newts. And this was in orbit, like
Oh.
yeah, in Japan. Did you say who or ho?
I said, oh.
They sent newts into space. Ho. Yeah, and it was called the Astronaut, and this is the Cosmonaut. Like,
All right. So...
Also- Play off the name Cosmonaut.
yeah, it could be that they just Googled, they had an idea and they Googled astronaut or something to see if anyone came up with it. And they're like, oh, that was a thing.
But how would the thought come to, like
Just
why would
thinking-
you think, like, oh, Cosmonute? What?
To try to think
Because
of
of cosmonaut?
funny puns to make.
I don't even see... I think the story definitely fed into the concept.
This one I feel like had to be.
Yeah.
It had to be. Like, it had to, I don't know. Like, and if not, man, big coincidence.
Yeah, hey, cool.
Lots of coincidences here.
Lots of coincidences. A count of fish looking at you. Flowerpotamus giving you the side eye.
Now, we didn't really talk too much about Lambtron, though, and Lambtron is the mascot. So, it's this
Yeah.
furry little yellow, I guess it's a lamb. I could see that. Yeah, it looks like Lamb Chop. It totally looks like lamb chop.
Like Lamb Chop's Play Along Lamb Chop?
Yeah, especially if you remember the way Lamb Chop looked in South Park.
Lamb Chop was in South Park?
Oh,
Yeah, Mr. Garrison killed her, and it made the lady cry.
Oh, shit. The redheaded lady.
Yeah, I remember that actually, that affected me more than watching a real person die. And so I don't like when stuffed animals get mistreated. Yo, that shit traumatized me watching Catwoman tear her stuffed animals apart when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was the
Batman Returns?
That was the most traumatizing part of that movie for me. I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't like when he bit his nose, but like, man, why would you do your stuffed animals like that, yo?
That's nice.
They couldn't walk out on you if they tried.
Meanwhile, I just like could never make it through the second half of Jurassic Park because of the Velociraptor kitchen scene.
The kicking scene?
Kitchen scene?
Kitchen scene. Well, they did some kicking in the kitchen, so.
Yeah, that's true. They did.
I thought maybe it was the goat.
We don't have to talk
What's
about
gonna
it.
happen to the goat?
Still scarred, I see.
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's Lambtron though, and it has a little robot gun arm.
A pulse rifle.
You think maybe it shoots electricity? It's kind of like Pikachu.
And there's a part of me that just wants it to be like Mega Man cannon blasts.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of want that too, like a
You're right.
pulse beam.
They don't think that deep into it.
right? He's just got like a cannon thing on his arm. He's Lambtron. Boom, boom. Nailed it. I bet someone actually pat someone else on the back when they were done, like designing this guy. They were like, "Oh man,
I bet that the character has a very big penis." I guess that whole thing came from there was a guy like somebody they were working with or something like in a bar. This Japanese businessman or something who just kept going on and on about how his penis was so small, but Americans have such big penises, and he wouldn't like the whole night. He like wouldn't shut up about it, and they were just so entertained by the fact that this guy kept bringing up.
Like, guys, remember we got an episode to do in 6 days.
I guess
That's hilarious. That
something
makes
to be
perfect sense.
Something to be said for Roid Rat. Recently in the news, here's the inspirations behind it. In Argentina, they've been taking like sewer rats and pumping them up on steroids, and then using a bunch of hair product on them and selling them as dogs.
What the?
Like just fucked up like
little
black
mini
market like
dogs, baby poodle dogs or whatever.
Yeah, they'll post a picture of a dog on
dogs.
Facebook or in the classified ad, and then when the person picks it up, it's just
a roided up rat.
a permed, roided up rat.
But
yeah.
they can tell that it's a rat, and they're like, "I'm not going to buy this."
So how would I Google this to inspect this further?
This is just a permed, roided up rat. This is just Vince McMahon.
Well, I think you want. If you're trying to inspect this a little further, Justin, I think the first thing you want to do is go to Snopes.com.
You want to start at Snopes, but then what do I search? Rat dogs,
Brazilian rat dogs,
Brazilian
Argentinian
rat dogs.
If you just want a permed, roided up rat, man, I got you. I'll give you a discount.
All right, you got connections. That's good. Because I feel like I'm not quite ready for a dog based on like how much free time I have, but maybe
a roid rat.
Maybe a roid rat. Yeah.
But you got to keep the perm up to date. So
Like
every 6 months or so, you got to get a new perm for it.
Right.
And name it Vinny.
That sounds like a lot of work, but I feel like it's that or maybe flowerpotamus, and like obviously that's not an option because I just don't have a green thumb. So all my plants die on me.
Soldering a lotus to a hippo is going to be a tough job, too.
Oh, shit. There's also
But that's
that.
okay. Death and rebirth. They die on you, but it's
Boom.
a death and rebirth phase. Yeah.
Boom.
All right. So there are those are pretty much the 30 Chinpokomon. Not pretty much. Those are the 30 Chinpokomon.
Yeah, damn, we nailed it.
But there were, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scrapped Chinpokomon. And my actual favorite is one of these. But who do we want to talk about first out of the scrapped Chinpokomon?
The bong.
Bong eye. There's a bong with like, it's got the slider, the piece that you pull out of the bong where you put the weed in is like it's a pipe for it to smoke. It's like Popeye.
Pretty brilliant.
It actually is pretty brilliant.
I mean, not brilliant in like a genuine sense, but like, okay, I get it.
As in, it generates light.
As in, like, it's a thing.
It's a nice little smoking lamp.
Oh, more thought went into that than Gerbatoad.
Oh, Stonos.
Stonos.
I'm seeing these all for the first time.
It's like a nose. It's like a stone nose. I think it reminds me.
No, man, it's not a nose.
It's an electrical outlet.
No, it's not an electrical outlet.
No, I hear what you're saying.
When you say your
dick?
stones, yeah, it's clearly stone nose. Like, yes, it's a nose,
But it's a dick and ball.
but it's also your stones, but it's also clearly a nose.
And I feel like it's indicative of the Easter Island heads and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
or nose pass Pokemon, which is also indicative of these
but
rounds.
also, like, that's a dick. Hot nacho.
Hot nacho it's a nacho dipped in nacho cheese. It's chip.
Jalapeno eyes.
Some jalapeno eyes. I respect that. Go spicy.
Or go home.
Go spicy or go home. Oh, Dingleberry.
Dingleberry is
Kind of a gross concept, but super adorable.
It would sell in South Park.
It would. They love Mr. Hanky over
Same
there.
thing with Booger Bear.
Yeah.
A disgusting concept, but kind of adorable.
Kind of adorable.
It's just like, we don't even have to describe. Dingleberry would be pointless to try to. It's just a cute little thing.
Yeah.
Booger Bear is a bear made of boogers. A little cute teddy bear made of boogers.
Oddly hairy boogers. My boogers aren't usually so hairy. Personally, I don't know. I don't judge, though.
You are lucky, sir. Hair is growing in places I never knew before.
Ferocious. That's funny.
Ferocious. It's like
Ferocious.
it's Lucario, but it's a pharaoh.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
straight up
jackal.
Lucario
It's
with-
Anubis. That's my favorite. It's so dope. The design of it is so fucking cool.
They could have just gone that way with Lucario in the first place.
Yeah,
and I
it's
wouldn't
right.
have batted an eye.
Black and gold, which is an amazing color scheme for it, and Anubis is just a cool character design in general. Props to you, ancient Egypt, and like, yeah, for real.
And then there's the witch toaster.
Trollster.
Trollster. It's a little toaster with it looks more like a witch. But this is a little toaster with a witch hat.
I guess it's problematic to assume that like all witches wear hats like that.
Right, you don't want to assume their hat preference.
Right, they could wear a cap that I'm wearing or a baseball cap. They could be Patriots fans for all we know.
All witches don't wear hats like that, Craig. Lesbians don't appreciate it when you assume what type of hats they all wear.
Are you? Hold on. Somehow you said something worse than me.
I'm sorry, fickle broads. Is that more PC for you?
It was just a turn of phrase.
Brads. Also, I feel like we'd be doing the fans a great disservice if we didn't mention the last and perhaps greatest Chinpokomon of them all, which is obviously Beaver Bat.
Beaver bat. It's
Oh,
a beaver mixed with a bat,
Yep. It's
science.
got 3 eyes.
which is weird. Yeah, neither of those animals have 3 eyes.
Yeah, no. It's got the teeth of a beaver,
But
the
if
tail
you were,
of a beaver.
if you were to morph the two animals together, you would assume you would lose one eye in the process.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what you would wind up with if like you did some gross mutant amalgamation.
Yeah, the left and right eyes of each animal would share one of them.
Yeah.
Stop for a moment, though, and imagine you had a real-life hybrid between a bat and a beaver, and how cute that could be. A big, furry bat that didn't fly. Like, not one of those ug-nose bats, but
Real bats are furry.
like a fruit bat. A fruit bat looks like a little fox with wings, dude. Don't even hate on my fruit bats.
I
dude.
like bats.
Bats are ugly, and I'm a
And
huge
I-
Batman guy.
Dude, some bats look like little foxes.
Bats are adorable, and I think I honestly think beavers are some of the most badass like individuals in the like
Beavers are
mammal,
adorable.
like world. But I don't think that if you put the two of them together, I just don't believe that it would like lead to anything good.
You'll end up with like some kind of just like some kind of The Fly type nonsense.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum
Yeah.
with like big bug eyes. Doesn't sound good to me.
but like it would, instead of Jeff Goldblum and a bug eyes, it's like some beaver and a bat, and it wants your blood.
Yeah.
While at the same time wanting to
what was it?
build
Man,
a
Bear,
great
Pig?
house.
Man Bear Pig, which was just a ball of rage because it was like not supposed to exist, and it was just so disgusting and awful.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you get half man and half bear pig together,
Well, it never had a motivation. It just came in and started raging.
Right, but like it raged because it shouldn't have like existed.
because Al Gore made it the worst.
And that's most of what there is to talk about Chinpokomon. I did, like I said, make types, but I I tried looking on Reddit a minute ago, and I don't think it's worth me searching for it to find it.
I wouldn't say. It doesn't make any... Like we decided, they didn't even put in the time to create types.
I think I came up with a good list, though.
universe.
Like, gross was a type, and
It almost is like using the types from the South Park games.
shoe was a type, because what other type is
That's awesome. It'd be great if there was one other one that was just randomly shoe.
You know what would be cool? What if these cut Pokemon or Chinpokomon were the legendaries?
Oh,
cut
added
ones?
later.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the DLC Chinpokomon, if you will.
Yeah, like they've been doing now. Oh my god, did you see that new Pokemon, the new mythical, the cat? I was so hyped until I realized it was a legendary, and then I was like, oh, I wanted that on my team.
They lost me ages ago, but
Pokemon?
I don't want to. But I don't want to. I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to rain on this podcast.
Like, no, I know you're not in a, maybe not in a Pokemon mood, but they
No.
lost you?
Yeah, they lost me.
No, you can't. What?
I know. We're gonna talk more, but I don't think now is the. I don't think now is the platform. I don't think
Okay,
now's the
no,
time.
I think we should do an episode about it, though, and just have this
that
discussion.
would be fine. Yeah, that would be. I think that would be a great idea.
What?
Yeah, they lost me.
Jesus.
But you still have a place in your heart for it.
Oh, of course. Ever and
Justin's
always.
like, nah. Like,
You lost me, I told you.
To be perfectly honest, fuck Pokemon. Fuck everything it's
the,
about.
The only reason I agreed to do this is...
fuck you guys. I'm out.
Only reason I agreed to do this is because it's kind of mocking Pokemon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
No, we'll have we can talk more about it. I think we should. I think that's like a genuine discussion that's been kind of like building since the break-in.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Well, if you want to hear that, what you're going to have to do is hit subscribe or like or whatever you do to keep up with us. You can go to our Facebook at Silph Radio Podcast, and you can listen to our other show, Fair Point Podcast. But the best place to find all this stuff, where can they find it, Craig?
Oh, I believe that's going to be at secretroommultimedia.com.
And I actually spent this last week, which by the time you hear this was probably a long time ago.
This last weeks ago.
I redesigned the site. So it's a little bare bones now, but it's worth visiting for the first time in the history of Secret Room Multimedia. Our site, it loads better. It works. It's mobile friendly for the first time. I really urge you to check it out. And if not now, in the future when there's more there, I'm a lot more proud of what it is now. And you can find all sorts of content, music, comics.
And I gotta
podcasts.
say, give us some slack. None of us are coders here, So like we're doing a decent job getting a lot of shit out there, and it's on the site for you. Yeah, like you said, your music's on there.
Yeah, and I'm stubborn, so I refused to use a template when I made the site. So the first version was garbage. But now I figured out what I was doing, so I started fresh, started clean.
Justin, I'm sure you got something to plug here, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Like if I wanted to, I could mention my website, which is sort of like just my portfolio site. I'm an illustrator. You can check that out at jbaillustration.com. That's jbaillustration.com.
Ooh, jbaillustration.com.
jbaillustration.com.
And for those that don't know, that'd probably be his initials.
Bam.
Boom, boom.
Nailed it.
Are you available for commissions?
I'm available. Yeah, commissions are open right now.
Go check it out and then commission this motherfucker. 'Cause
Word.
He deserves it.
Word the heck up. Thanks, man. That's a really nice thing to say.
Yeah, he's our resident Ken Sugimori of this circle. Very, very incredibly talented.
Wow, you guys are really puffing me up right now. That's super dope. Yeah, I will say this too, just like throwing it out there. It's not like a promotion thing, but I really, really, really love doing commissions of like people's Pokemon stuff or just drawing Pokemon shit in general.
You're the perfect place to plug that.
Or like your friends fucking their mothers, or like...
Listen, if it's got to be that way, it's got to be that way. I've done worse.
Prefer Pokemon, but...
I've drawn worse. Jesus, I've drawn worse.
I don't know if we can top that. I think
That's it.
I think that's as far as Chinpoko goes.
Sorry, everybody.
It's really within the theme, though.
Mostly sorry to your mom.
Oh!
He just disappeared.
Chinpoked yo mom!
Oh, he's gone. He's the magician out of here.
Justin just dropped the mic. He left. He's left the studio.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks
you,
for coming
everybody.
back. It was so great to get you both in the room at the same time.
I want to thank you, Nathan, for making this happen. It's been I've been friends with Justin for a long time too, and I've been wanting to get on a podcast with him.
And thanks to our listeners and the fine people at Game Freak and the fine people at South Park Studios for just thanks for all of that shit.
Yeah, I think, they deserve a solid thank you. That's nice.
Thank you for creating things we love.
Thanks, Ken Sujimori, because if it weren't for you, maybe I wouldn't be drawing today. I think that's dope.
You changed a life.
Changed the life. It was you. All right, let's close this thing.
From the secret room.
I'm Craig Lewis.
I'm Justin Addison.
And I'm Nathan K. Be respectful of each other. Warn people if you're going to talk about abortion.
Gay, totally gay, Liberace gay.
Oh dear. Well, let's keep trying.